Hi, d.grecoallen here, and I'm going to go over some things that I've been studying in Andrea Nakayama's class because I wrote It Might Be Your Pancreas, and I love how she expresses all of the information that connects all the dots that maybe I don't have all in my book. I have most of it. So mine is a generalization of how these different areas of the body coordinate and how they work together like a team, or they're working in layers of of systems that help each other to perform. So today's topic is actually there's two. One is about blood disorders and leukemia and lymphoma and things like that. Those all come according to different layers in when our body is not performing as it should. Okay, and you want to look at, bones. We think that the skeletal system's separated from the muscle system and that the cardiac system's separated from, that's what conventional medicine does. It puts you in these little pockets and tells you, oh, your thyroid is connected to these endocrine glands, and that's all, well, everything is working together. It's all connected. And there was a beautiful paragraph that I just read that I have to share because when it comes down to all of these things, now this is from uh, an author whose name is um, Donna Jackson Nakazawa. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly. Um, but coming from Andrea Nakayama's class, which I love her name because it just makes me excited and happy. And in our family, names mean so much more than just the name. It's like music to us. So some are more musical and some are not, but that's okay. Greco's not that much of a musical name, and that was my maiden name. Allen's not much of a musical name, and that was my married name. Okay, so anyway, some of these people have these musical names, and they just help them with their whatever they're professing. And so I'm going to read this only because I feel it's very important. And some people are able to express their words and images in words better than others. And so I really appreciate people who know how to get that message across. So in Nakazawa's introduction to one of her books, which is Childhood Disrupted, and this is about autoimmune disease, we are our environment. We put into it, we also put into ourselves. What we do we also do to ourselves. The way in which our bodies are turning against themselves when autoimmune disease strikes serves sadly as a disturbing modern analogy for what we are doing to ourselves as a society as we continue to dump thousands of chemicals into the soil and water and air that surround us. Our mass dependence on chemically manufactured home and lifestyle products and our diet of chemically processed foods, in many ways, constitute a great societal health experiment. I want you to think about that. We are experiencing an experiment. So there's so much research being done. And when we think about research, we think about actually, we're like just guinea pigs to see how this affects us. And they know from all the decades of watching and observing and researching that what we do, what we're surrounded with, is actually um, a part of us, becomes part of us. And our bodies absorb so much from around us. I want you to think about absorption. It's in the gut, yes. we absorb everything that is around us. So that's why a lot of people are doing energy healing, because there's energy around us. And electrical energy, nuclear energy, all that energy, coal, whatever you're talking about for energy, it's around us and we absorb it. So our computers emit energy, so do our cell phones, all these EMFs, electromagnetic, forces, or whatever they're suggesting that these are, they all affect us. And I want to mention this about the eyes. You're going to find out more about eyes, but as our body heals and tries to get rid of things that aren't supposed to be in there, or they're trying to heal, just trying to be more functional, if there's no nutrients that help it perform, it can't do its duty. It cannot function. So that's why along came functional medicine. Functional medicine came into existence to help find out what we need to hone in on. What's the underlying surfacing cause in our roots? I want you to think about your feet. When your feet hurt, does your whole body hurt? You're not going to want to stand long if your feet hurt. If you're standing on your feet all day long, it's going to affect your whole body. Okay, now, so things like just thinking about your soil. What is your soil? What are you using as soil to grow? Okay, is it bad soil? Is it filled with all kinds of crap that can make you sick? What kind of soil are you growing out of? So some things that I really loved about the autoimmune section in her class was that she brought in functional empathy. And I love this idea of functional empathy, because really we have to be empaths for ourselves. We're empaths for everybody else, but not for ourselves a lot of time. So, and we really just have to take in, it's not easy. Nobody said, first of all, grief is not easy. It's not, because you're dealing with many parts of that. And sometimes that anger can just be so strong. Okay, and sometimes we have to just, where is that energy going to take you? Where is it going to take you? Frustration. You're frustrated. Okay, so we're talking about different areas of emotions, how to support ourselves to grow with soil that is strong and good for us. So she has the functional empathy, love and appreciation, positive attitudes. Now, I believe in positive attitudes, but sometimes I also believe in being really realistic. And when you're hurting, sometimes you need to release that. I need to let you know this is hurtful. Okay. So there is something about positive. I do want to pull in the positive, but if there's something that you need to express, do it in a way that's mannerful, with manners, and just be realistic. Exercise without overexertion. Wait. What is the number one thing we do in America? We're competitors. We are big time competitors, and that competition, that drive to be a competitor, I am not going to knock that out completely, but when it gets to a point where it is sucking the life out of you and it is not healthy, you've got to think twice. Is this really helping me? Okay. I believe that if you want to go and play a baseball game and try to hit home runs, that's beautiful if you want to do that. Okay. If that's your goal. And maybe I love dancing. I had to put that on pause for a little bit. But you got to think about where you are right now with all the energy and the things that you need to do or get done, that's needs, not those extra wants and desires. Sometimes those can really pull you in different directions. Get the needs out of the way. You're taking care of yourself every day. The ADLs, activities of daily living, okay? Those things need to be attention, or you need to prioritize them. Okay, all right? So exercise without overexertion. I have a story about that, but I am not going to share that with you today because that person will have to share that story on their own. And it's somebody in my family. So I'm not going to cross those boundaries, but sometimes it takes a lot of awareness to know where we are. I didn't see my burnout coming. I went right towards that wall. I mean, I drove right into it. So, you don't know that you were driving right into the hospital. You're taking yourself right over there. Okay, where's my next stop? You don't want to be on the Monopoly board going, don't pass go, whatever. It's not going to be jail. It's going to be the hospital. It's going to be, I need surgery. Then you get addicted to, I need surgery. And then I need pain pills. And then I need this. Okay, so my 5 points of awareness include many of these things. Okay, so one of them is adequate sleep. That's my finger here for that. Okay, adequate sleep. If you don't get enough, this is what happens. Stable blood sugar levels. That's my pancreas finger. All right. Good social and physical interactions. Okay, so that I have on two fingers. Okay, relationships, which is the social interactions. So that's relationships. Physical interactions. I have that, and I'm not sure that she's considering this as movement, but I call it movement and stretching and just getting your lymphatics going. Okay, so that's my pinky finger, because you got to have that little pinky. All right, and digestive support. Now, digestive support. We're talking about in one of my previous um, videos. I mentioned digestion starts in the mouth. Actually, it is before everything, because digestion actually begins with the vision when you see the food, okay? Begins with the smell when you smell the food, or you come to appreciate the smells of foods, all right? And then that stimulates some of those digestive juices. Seeing, sometimes it's hearing. Now, I also mentioned it in another post somewhere about food porn, why it works so well. Food porn is about images. It's about hearing, like the crunching, the chewing, because eating is a very important, it's nourishment, very important part of our life, all right? It's our lifeline. And sometimes we have, depending on your situation, your relationship with food and your relationship with what eating was like with your family. If it was in front of the TV, if you were eating popcorn on Friday nights or pizza, or if it was around a lot of family, was it chaotic? What was that experience like for you growing up? Was it lonely? Were you lonely when you ate? Didn't you have anybody to eat with? So these are things that we look at in functional medicine. What is your functional experience? How can you be empathetic with yourself? And how can you find out how to be more mindful with nourishment? Because it is such an important part of how our body functions and our immune system's responses. If you do not give the body what it needs to perform, it will go into total dysfunction. And that includes mental health. This is d.grecoallen. I wanted to go into more, but that's all I have to say for today. It's an overcast Sunday. We had some heavy thunderstorms last night. I missed my daughter today, and I'll catch up with her. I did get to do some sunflower picking yesterday with my grandson. So, take in what's around you. And if you don't have family, get connected to a community where you can be around people that appreciate and respect who you are. Thank you and have a great day.